Hello, all you beautiful souls. I hope this finds everyone doing really well. My name is Loretta, and you're at Mother's Tarot. Thank you for stopping in and checking out this important video message. This I received in my inbox today, May 15th, 2024, from Dr. Stephen Greer. He has a website, drstephengreer.com. He's also got a channel on YouTube if you want to check him out. These are excerpts in the article from The Hill. Top senators believe the U.S. secretly recovered UFOs. After I read the excerpts, then I will read the article. And after that, I will be pulling a card from message guidance from the Sky Council, from the Galactic Heritage cards, and then one from the Pleiadian Oracle cards. Okay, here we go. Has the U.S. government secretly retrieved exotic craft of non-human origin? Newly declassified documents along with extraordinary legislation illustrates how two successive Democrat Senate majority leaders appear to have believed so. Now this is The Hill that wrote this article. Notably, Senator Chuck Schumer, Democrat New York, and the late Senator Harry Reid, Democrat Nevada, were not alone in their focus on UFOs. The Democratic heavyweights received critical support and encouragement from a bipartisan group of high-profile senators over the years, including former fighter pilot and famed astronaut John Glenn, Democrat, Ohio; Ted Stevens, Republican, Alaska, who observed a UFO as a World War II pilot; Daniel Inouye, I-N-O-U-Y-E, I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, Democrat, Hawaii; then chairman of the Senate Appropriations Subcommittee on Defense, 2008 GOP presidential nominee, Senator John McCain, Republican, Arizona; Senate Intelligence Vice Chairman, Marco Rubio, Republican, Florida; Christine Gillibrand, Democrat, New York; and Joe Lieberman, Democrat, Connecticut. Excuse me just a moment, I just realized I didn't put my phone on settings to quiet it, just so I'm not interrupted. Excuse me, airplane mode. That's what I was looking for, airplane mode. There we go. The article continues. In short, Reid and Lieberman were advocating with some sense of urgency for the establishment of a formal UFO reverse engineering program. Startling as it may be, the notion that shadowy elements of the U.S. government or defense contractors secretly possess retrieved UFOs is treated as fact in the documents. Notably, the Reid and Lieberman-backed proposal included an oral history initiative to interview a pre-identified list of retired, previously highly placed government armed services contractors and intelligence community individuals with knowledge of the location of advanced aerospace technology and biological samples. Those biological samples, that means beings from other worlds. Okay? And there is more. Asked on May 2nd whether a 63-page Pentagon report categorically denying the existence of illicit UFO efforts is case closed, Gillibrand stated, "Oh, it's definitely not case closed." Gillibrand noted that two knowledgeable individuals with whom she had met refused to meet with Kirkpatrick or his office. The whistleblower's hesitations may be well founded. In recent months, the Pentagon's UFO office has lost much of its credibility following a series of flawed and deeply misleading reports. Crucially, another set of newly released documents indicates that high-level current and former officials with apparent knowledge of illicit UFO programs refused to meet with Kirkpatrick. In a June 2023 interview with News Nation, Rubio made a series of startling UFO-related comments. According to Rubio, smart, educated people with high clearances and very important positions in our government have informed Congress of the existence of secret UFO programs. As the documents reveal, Kirkpatrick was taken by surprise by Rubio's comments. A Senate Intelligence Committee staffer subsequently informed Kirkpatrick that the senior officials described by Rubio were among those who refused to speak to his office. Okay. Now, I've got the full article here I'm going to read. I'll timestamp this in case you don't want to hear the whole article and want to hear the reading at the end of the Galactic Heritage cards and the Pleiadian Oracle, the message that'll come through from there. Okay. So here we go. And top senators believe the U.S. secretly recovered UFOs by Mark von Redenkamp, that's Rennenenkampff, opinion contributor, written May 9, 2024, and released at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or Eastern Time. Here we go. Has the U.S. government secretly retrieved exotic craft of non-human origin? Newly declassified documents along with extraordinary legislation illustrate how two successive Democratic Senate majority leaders appear to have believed so. Notably, Senator Chuck Schumer, Detroit, or Democrat, New York, and the late Senate Harry Reid, Democrat, Nevada, were not alone in their focus on UFOs. The Democratic heavyweights received critical support and encouragement from a bipartisan group of high-profile senators over the years, including former fighter pilot and famed astronaut John Glenn, Democrat, Ohio, Ted Stevens, Republican, Alaska, who observed a UFO as a World War II pilot, Daniel Inouye, Democrat, Hawaii, then chairman of the Senate Appropriations Committee on Defense. 2008 GOP presidential nominee Senator John McCain, Republican, Arizona, Senate Intelligence Vice Chairman Marco Rubio, Republican, Florida, Christine Gillibrand, Democrat, New York, and Joe Lieberman, Democrat, Connecticut. In late 2011, for example, the top scientists at the Department of Homeland Security met with Lieberman, then chairman of the Senate Homeland Security and Governmental Affairs Committee, and Reid to discuss the establishment of an ultra-secret UFO program. As outlined in remarkable detail in newly released documents, the intent of the proposed program was to gain access to and inventory UFOs secretly under investigation in national laboratories, government organizations, and/or contractors. From there, the program would engage in laboratory experimentation and scientific investigation to foster technology exploitation of the recovered materials. In short, Reed and Lieberman were advocating with some sense of urgency for the establishment of a formal UFO reverse engineering program. Startling as it may be, the notion that shadowy elements of the U.S. government or defense contractors secretly possess retrieved UFOs is treated as fact in the documents. Notably, the Reed and Lieberman-backed proposal included an oral history initiative to interview a pre-identified list of retired, previously highly placed government, armed services, and contractors and intelligence community individuals with knowledge of the location of advanced aerospace technology and biological samples. Even though the Department of Homeland Security's top scientist was advocating for the establishment of the UFO program and the very serious science involved with it, department leadership ultimately squashed the proposal in late 2011. More recently, Schumer and a bipartisan group of 5 other senators introduced extraordinary legislation alleging the existence of surreptitious legacy programs that retrieve and seek to reverse engineer UFOs of non-human origin. In eyebrow-raising comments on the Senate floor, Schumer said the government has gathered a great deal of information about UFOs over many decades, but has refused to share it with the American people. Critically, according to Schumer, multiple credible sources have alleged that elements of the U.S. government have withheld UFO-related information from Congress illegally. Although a key House lawmaker successfully stripped the most extraordinary elements of the Schumer-led legislation, Schumer and the legislation's principal co-sponsor, Senator Mike Rounds, Republican, South Dakota, vowed to keep working to change the status quo. The core elements of Schumer and Rounds' stunning legislation matched the allegations of Air Force veteran and former intelligence official David Grush, who testified under oath to the existence of UFO retrievals and reverse engineering efforts not subject to congressional oversight. Separate legislation sponsored by Rubio and Senate Intelligence and Armed Services Committee member Gillibrand cuts off funding for illicit UFO programs. Language accompanying the legislation outlines in remarkable detail the various elements that such a program would entail, including UFO retrieval procedures, scientific analysis, reverse engineering, and security and counterintelligence efforts. President Biden signed Gillibrand and Rubio's legislation into law in December. President Biden signed Gillibrand and Rubio's legislation into law in December. In January, Sean Kirkpatrick, the former director of the Pentagon's UFO Analysis Office, embarked on an unusual media tour to pour cold water on the swirling allegations of secret, unreported UFO programs. But Kirkpatrick's public commentary appears to have had little effect on Capitol Hill. In March, Rounds indicated twice that the extraordinary Schumer-led legislation alleging the existence of unreported UFO programs would be reintroduced this year. Asked on May 2nd whether a 63-page Pentagon report categorically denying the existence of illicit UFO efforts is case closed, Gildebrand stated, "Oh, it's definitely not case closed." Gildebrand noted that two knowledgeable individuals with whom she had met refused to meet with Kirkpatrick or his office. These whistleblowers' hesitation may be well founded. In recent months, the Pentagon's UFO office has lost much of its credibility following a series of flawed and deeply misleading reports. Crucially, another set of newly released documents indicates that high-level current and former officials with apparent knowledge of illicit UFO programs refused to meet with Kirkpatrick. In a June 2023 interview with News Nation, Rubio made a series of startling UFO-related comments. According to Rubio, smart, educated people with high clearance and very important positions in our government have informed Congress of the existence of secret UFO programs. As the documents reveal, Kirkpatrick was taken by surprise by Rubio's comments. A secret intelligence committee staffer subsequently informed Kirkpatrick that the senior officials described by Rubio were among those who refused to speak to his office. As Christopher Mellon, the Department of Defense's former top civilian intelligence official, notes, many UFO whistleblowers do not trust the Pentagon process, preferring to speak to Congress and the intelligence community internal watchdog instead. This puts the Pentagon in a particularly awkward position. If the director of the UFO office was aware that high-level officials alleging the existence of unreported UFO programs refused to speak with him, how can he and his office credibly issue sweeping denials that such programs exist? Moreover, in response to the government's blanket denial regarding the possession of off-world technology, Mellon recently posted a 2020 exchange describing how a senior government official uncovered the management, structure, and security control systems of a UFO retrieval program. The official also claimed to have identified the gatekeeper controlling access to the Air Force's secret UFO efforts. In another fascinating twist, Kirkpatrick told Mellon that the Department of Justice is in possession of Crush's whistleblower complaint alleging the existence of illegal UFO programs since it's part of a criminal investigation. Agency watchdogs like the one that received Grush's complaint typically involve the Justice Department with allegations of criminal activity are substantiated. Does this imply that UFO-related criminal charges could at some point be an offer? Mark von Rennenkampf served as an analyst with the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of International Security and Non-Proliferation, as well as the Obama administration appointee at the U.S. Department of Defense. Okay, and that's the end of the article there. Wow. Okay. I want to let you know, before I pick up the cards, I'll put Dr. Greer's description, or Dr. Greer's link down below to his website also. On his website, the team, and these are all unpaid, volunteer, highly trusted people, have digitalized 30 plus years of documents that have been gathered, given to Dr. Greer over the past 30-some years by highly placed individuals, officials, military, non-military, congressional, all of it. So you can go there. You can see for yourself. You can go back to the early 1990s is when he first started gathering all of this information. And finally, we have it digitalized. So, and any small contribution you can make, you know, I can't give much, but I give a little bit. And it helps to keep the system up and running for one thing, you know. Being on the internet, it's not free. You know, it's not. But this service is invaluable. So, yeah, and it says that, yeah, their newly released Disclosure Project Intelligence Archive, DPIA is what they call it. Oh, and they've got the link here, so I'll put that link in also. I'll just remember to do that. There's thousands of entries, government documents, testimony, crash retrievals, historic UFO cases, photo and videos. Everything the government is asking for is in the DPIA, the Disclosure Project Intelligent Archive. Okay. And anyway, if you're interested in Dr. Greer's and what he's doing and what he's done, there's a conference with him coming up too. It's a rare in-person conference, July 26th to the 28th at the gorgeous Callaway Vineyards in Temecula, California. Temecula, California. Yeah, there's only going to be 500 people evidently. This is a great opportunity to be informed of what, because he's been trying to get this out. The first president he updated on this was the Clintons. So anyway, it's real important. So this is real important stuff. I know some of my subscribers are very interested, so that's why I'm doing this. And I'm very interested in it. I think it's vital. It's absolutely vital. So, okay. Now I'll ask Sky Council for guidance or thoughts or to reveal something to us about this. Some message they want us to have. Okay. I hope you're all doing good. Let me know what you think. You know, I'm always interested. And I would love to hear from you. You know, how do you feel about this? Have you checked out the archives? The Disclosure Archives. The link will be in the description below. Because this, let's see, I think this will probably, yeah, I wasn't expecting this today, so I'll schedule this to come out on the 18th. Yeah, so I got a couple others coming out. So I should have everything in the description below that you may be interested in. I hope you're interested in, anyway. But please do. Tell me. Tell me what you think. Tell me how you feel about it. Do you trust our government? There are some people in there that are trying to get this rectified. You know? The secrecy. It's not doing any of us good. Well, who it's doing good for is the petro people. Gas and oil. The ones destroying the ozone. You know, we've got the technology. We've had it since 1954, the anti-gravity. We never needed roads. If we'd gone with anti-gravity transportation, there wouldn't be any pavement laid down out there. But anyway, that's a whole nother rant. And I don't want to do that. Not right now. Or is this one you're looking at me? Okay. We have the homing beacon. Vega, future. There you go. So let me see what the message is there. Oh, yeah, right. Okay. Here we go. In the ancient days, the Vegan mystics developed their practices as a way to always connect with the source, or home, using them as a homing beacon. Eventually, they no longer needed spiritual technology or spiritual processes to make this connection. They felt the source within them at all times. You too have this ability deep within you. Learn to quiet the mind through breathing or meditation, and then just let go. As you trust in your practice, the feeling of connectedness to the source will grow and grow until it permeates every part of your life. If you need help, ask the ancient Vegan mystics to assist you. Now the commentary. The time stream represents the Vegan culture after they healed their greatest challenges as a young species. In the prism of Lyra cosmology, the Vegans were the species who retained their memories and connections to the source, the unfragmented aspects of creation, most completely. Their system of mysticism is well known throughout the Galactic family and has influenced countless civilizations, including Earth. This is because they have retained the energetic memory of the unified field of creation. This memory acts like a homing beacon, a proverbial light in the darkness that realigns them when they lose their way, like an ability to sense true north. While this trait is attributed to the Vegans because of their spiritual commitment and their self-discipline, every species has this ability to remember the essence of creation and never lose its way. It is only when beings get distracted by physical reality that they believe that they have gotten lost. If this card is in your reading, take a look at the surrounding card, and your life circumstances. The message may be that you need to go within and find your center once again. Find the north and trust it. The card could also be affirming that you are already strongly tapping into this skill, but most likely it is encouraging you to develop your natural ability to reconnect with your source, higher self, God, or whatever term you wish to use to denote the intelligent force in the universe that unifies us all. That's a great message. Okay, now for the Pleiadian Oracle. We are all a fractal of the Creator Source, the Omnipotent One. I keep practicing that. Omnipotent One. Oh. Okay. Whoops. There we go. Okay. Now for a message from the Pleiadians. Message from the Pleiadians. These cards are big. My hands are big. You wanted to flip out at me? Let's see. We have Galactic Core. Let's see what this one. Let's see what this message is. Galactic Core. In the direct middle of all star systems rests the central point of our universe, referred to as the galactic central core. Known throughout our societies as the birthplace of consciousness, the central core is where life is born and time returns to a complete standstill. It is here where we return as brothers and sisters to the infinite love that makes us whole. This core is not just a distant, metaphorical, celestial body that one needs to leave their body to experience, but an accessible gateway that we, the Pleiadians, often connect with for higher guidance and recharging our energetic system, similar to how you, the Hughes, sun gaze with your star, Ra. In receiving this card, the loving light of the galactic core has come your way to remind you that love is your home. It is a necessary time to pause in the motions and reconnect with self-love, self-care, and release. Whether an Epsom salt bath, getting off technology, or walking in the woods, this card is requesting that self-care and compassion towards the self be a priority. As the light of the galactic core soothes any recipient who experiences her grace, so too does self-love heal the human in a world often full of tension. Know you are loved. Now go love yourself. Okay. They have an exercise here. I'll read it to you. It says, go into a sacred space of solitude and calm yourself through deep, nourishing breaths. Once complete, shift your attention towards your heart and request for the light from your sun, Ra, to beam its energy towards you, towards your heart. Once established, this specifically requests for the light of the galactic central core to broadcast via Ra, the sun, into your beautiful essence. Feel the energy entering your body and flooding your entire being with soothing, loving light. Slightly modified, this is a Pleiadian and universal technique to recharge the spirit through the love that is the central galactic core. That's a nice message. There's been a lot of messages recently, especially about self-care, self-love. You know, I'm always saying love yourself so you can love the others and be the light. Yeah. So, well, I hope you got something beneficial out of this and learned something also, if you weren't aware of the work that's going on behind the scenes to help us, you know, propel ourselves and take advantage of the technology that is being kept away from us. And that's what Dr. Greer's been working on for 30 years. And so I hope you'll give him your support too, you know. At the very least, your good wishes and prayers for his success. You know, and with that success, we all will feel it and benefit from it. We've got to get off of coal and fossil fuel. We've got to stop destroying this planet. And there's only one way to do that, and that's with technology, the stuff that's been hidden from us. So, thank you for being here. Thank you so very much. Love y'all. Take real good care of yourself. Remember to breathe. Like I said, if you can't sit down and breathe, boogie to some really good music. Lighten your load, man. Bring your frequency up. I love y'all. Take real good care of yourselves. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.